The season begins in silence, where even the air holds its breath. Time slows down here, drop by drop, moment by moment. In stillness, the world reveals its beauty, untouched and full of grace. We walk forward, leaving only traces, while winter watches in silence. Even our breath becomes part of the season, fleeting, fragile, and alive. The world writes its poetry in frost, quiet, intricate, and full of wonder. Even rivers pause, holding their breath beneath a blanket of ice and time. A small memory left behind, warmth once held, now surrendered to winter. We move through the cold not to escape it, but to feel more deeply alive within it. In every window a story glows, small lights burning quietly in the season's hush. Even now, life moves, careful, warm, and unafraid of the cold ahead. Even the strongest things have limits, and sometimes silence holds the most power. Solitude does not mean loneliness. Sometimes it means presence beyond all noise. The trees let go, not all at once, but in quiet moments of grace. The path leads forward, not toward endings, but toward new beginnings. Inside, warmth still glows, while outside, the world slowly turns to white. Even the smallest things carry meaning, fleeting, fragile, yet full of life. Even in the coldest places, color finds a way, reminding us that beauty never truly sleeps. We pause here, not to leave the season behind, but to honor all it gave us. And so the season says goodbye, not with noise, but with quiet, radiant beauty. Light finds its way, quietly illuminating the world one petal at a time. In every step forward, life dances, unseen, yet deeply felt. Color returns like a song, rising gently from silence into full harmony. Life moves again, quick, clever, and full of purpose. In every flutter there is grace, a dance as old as time itself. Here, time pauses, not in silence, but in wonder. Even the smallest touch can create waves, rippling far beyond what we see. The earth sings in quiet ways, if only we take the time to listen. Stillness meets motion, in a moment, both delicate and complete. From above, the change unfolds, slow, steady, and full of promise. Even now, nature weaves its quiet magic, unseen, yet always present. We walk forward not to forget the past, but to welcome what lies ahead. With one leap, life returns, silently, confidently, and with purpose. Growth begins in silence, unseen, but deeply felt. Even the wild listens and waits and walks forward with care. Even the forest breathes again, not loudly, but with joy. Even the last leaf holds on, not out of fear, but because it still has beauty to give. The path leads forward, not away from winter, but toward what it made possible. Even the smallest things carry meaning, fleeting, fragile, yet full of life. Inside, life glows, while outside, winter writes its story in crystal and light. Even the owl watches, guardian of silence and sky. Even the strongest things have limits, and sometimes silence holds the most power. Even the wind speaks, not loudly, but with purpose, shaping the world beneath it. Even frost forms gently, writing patterns only light can read. Even stars return, quietly lighting the sky above the sleeping world. Even trees wait, standing tall in silence, dreaming of spring. Even the cold teaches how to listen, how to feel, how to be still. Even in endings there is beauty, quiet, radiant, and full of meaning. And so the season whispers goodbye, not with noise, but with peace. Because even winter knows stillness is its own kind of magic. Even the cold breathes, not loudly, but with purpose, shaping the world one gust at a time. Even the last leaf holds on, not out of fear, but because it still has beauty to give. The path leads forward, not away from winter, but toward what it made possible. Even the smallest things carry meaning, fleeting, fragile, yet full of life. Inside, life glows, while outside, winter writes its story in crystal and light. Even frost forms gently, writing patterns only light can read. Even stars return, quietly lighting the sky above the sleeping world. Even trees wait, standing tall in silence, dreaming of spring. Even the cold teaches how to listen, how to feel, how to be still. Even in endings there is beauty, quiet, radiant, and full of meaning. And so the season whispers goodbye, not with noise but with peace. Because even winter knows, stillness is its own kind of magic. A lone owl perches silently on a frost-covered branch at dawn, guardian of sky and hush. Time moves differently here, slow, steady, and full of pause. The forest listens, not to what's gone, but to what remains. Even bare branches speak, in soft wind, in shadow, in shape. Snow settles like memory, soft, deep, and full of rest. Footprints fade gently, leaving only traces behind. A single red mitten rests in fresh powder. Warmth once held, now surrendered to frost. Candlelight flickers inside, casting long shadows across wooden walls. Outside, snow falls without sound, covering the land in gentle care. Even solitude finds a home, in silence, in space, in breath. Ice cracks softly beneath the surface, whispering secrets long kept. Wind stirs gently through pine needles, brushing snow into motion. Every step leaves a mark, not loud, but deeply felt. The horizon stretches wide, open, pale, waiting for change. Even the hills breathe, rising slowly beneath their snowy cover. In every tree, life sleeps, not lost, but resting for return. The sky opens wider, soft clouds drifting like dreams come true. Even the earth remembers how to grow when warmth returns. From above, the world glows, white, vast, and full of wonder. Even the sun lingers longer, warming what was once forgotten. Stillness carries weight, not emptiness, but presence in form. Frost climbs slowly, tracing windows like silent poems. Firelight dances inside, casting warmth beyond its flame. Even the wild walks carefully, pacing through the cold with grace. Beneath the snow, roots stir, reaching quietly for spring. Even the air feels heavier, filled with scent, with song, with story. In every breath, frost appears, teaching us how to slow down. Even the pond listens, reflecting skies no longer grey. Even bees remember, humming songs only flowers could hear. Even fields dream of bloom, stretching toward unseen sun. Even lanterns glow differently, small lights burning in hush. Even the moon watches closely, rising over frozen ground. Even memories walk beside us, silent, soft, and full of meaning. Even in stillness, change grows, unseen but deeply real. Even the past stays, not in loss but in learning. Even the future waits, not far, not loud, but certain.